Good morning, students. Today's online class was on chapter 8, topic The Great Mouse Plot. Now, before you learn this chapter, you should know what is plot. In your book itself, it is given a prank is a silly trick or a trick. It is a practical joke or practical mischievous act, especially played on people whom you do not like. So, this is a joke or mischievous act or the plot that is being played here or executed by the narrator and his friends on Mrs. Pratchett. Now, the whole story begins in a classroom situation. Why? Because the writer and his friends go to the school daily. They were a small kid like you. So when the writer, the Roald Dahl, was a kid, he used to return from the school walking with his friends. On the way back home, he would stop near the candy shop that belonged to Mrs. Pratchett and buy few sweets. And this person, owner of the shop, Mrs. Pratchett, was not so good towards them. He didn't like them. Always he was rude to them. Never welcomed them happily. He used to scold them or chase them out. So they were very unhappy with her. Now what happens? One day they were in the classroom and they discovered a loose floorboard. Loose floorboard means the board whose screws were loose, maybe half opened. So they found, and underneath or below that they found a hole. And they got an idea to hide their sweets and other valuable or precious things in that small hole. So when everyone went home, they used to remove that loose floorboard and see their things and eat their sweets. Now one day it happened so that they found a dead mouse lying there. And this is how they get an idea, especially the narrator gets an idea to play this dead mouse plot on Mrs. Pratchett. Now they plan out, they think about how to go this plot, how to play on Mrs. Pratchett. So they tell that we shall put this dead mouse right in the sweet jar of Mrs. Pratchett. So when she opens the lids and grabs the sweets, she wanted to grab the sweets, she would grab the mouse. So it would be great fun for them. She would be frightened. So this is how they wanted to play the joke on Mrs. Pratchett. Now they went back on their way home. They entered. Thwaites asked for a toffee, page number 105. And when Mrs. Pratchett turns back to take out the toffee, the narrator quietly opens the lid of the gobstoppers and put that dead mouse into the jar. And for a moment they think that they have done very good job. They have done something very good things. So they all feel good, and especially the narrator feels like a hero that he has done something great. And next morning they come back to see what has happened to Mrs. Pratchett. So they peep into the window and see. And to their surprise, they find The glass jar of gobstopper was smashed with a dead mouse lying on the wreckage and hundreds of many colored gobstoppers littering the floor. That means the jar was fallen, smashed, broken into pieces, and the dead mouse was lying in the midst of those glass pieces along with the gobstoppers or colored gobstoppers or the sweets. So this is how they discovered. Then they think that when she grabbed or when she was taking out the sweets, she must have taken out the dead mouse. So she got scared and therefore she dropped the whole lot, whole glass jar. Therefore that is why they are fallen down. But they think, why didn't she sweep it all and open the shop? She is found nowhere now. The next day they do not find Mrs. Pratchett. So they are surprised and they ask themselves, why did she not clean the room? What has happened to her? Somebody answers. Nobody answered. I no longer felt like a winner. The writer says imagines that she must be dead. So he feels that I am not feeling like winner but loser, because he was guessing that she must have got heart attack out of fear. She must have lost. We heard the school. Now they go to the school. We heard the school bell. Sorry, we have done up to this. So this is the story about the great mouse plot, an interesting, the practical joke played on Mrs. Pratchett by the students, the writer and his 4 friends. So dear students, we shall continue the rest of the story in the next class. And please write the study material that is being sent recently for the 2nd semester. And please do not ask us repeatedly the study materials. Whatever you have got, please write down immediately in your copies. It will not be sent again and again to you. And all those, may I humble request students, please pay the fees of your classes. Many of you have not cleared the fees. Already many months have passed and now you are going to get your first semester result. Therefore, this is our humble request. Kindly clear your dues. Keep well. Take care of yourself.